Art block is one of the most frustrating things to experience, and for some artists, it can take days, months, even years before we get through it. Now, if I'm being completely honest, the last 6 months of my art career, I have been going through the worst art block that I've ever experienced. And so for today's video, I wanted to compile a list of the things that I've been doing over these last 6 months, it feels like forever, that have helped me kind of move slowly through this art block and hopefully will help you in your art journey as well. So let's dive right in and let's get to it. So the first step to overcoming art block is to try something new. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Cassie, try something new sounds incredibly vague. What exactly do you mean and how is this going to help me? So through my years of painting now, I've become quite a good friend to art block and I've managed to whittle this down to the trifecta. Number 1 being try a new style. Number 2, try a new medium. And number 3 is try new subject matter. And this can all be really intimidating at first, but we're going to dive into it step by step of how this can help. So take, for example, this tiger painting that I'm working on. In an attempt to break through this creative rut I've been in, I decided to make a piece of artwork in a completely different medium and style than my usual creations. As a full-time artist, I typically paint all of my work in acrylic with a realistic style, but decided to toss those out the window for now and focus on something that is entirely different. I recommend trying to find something new that challenges you, but will not be discouraging or frustrating more than the art block itself. That is all we need right now, is to be even more upset, even more frustrated, and not wanting to create. Find a happy medium of being challenged, but also feeling encouraged with the progress that you are making. I decided to create this tiger in ink, watercolor, and colored pencil. Ink and colored pencil are mediums that I've worked with in the past, so I knew that I would have some sort of confidence with how they would look in my style. And watercolor is something that I've wanted to learn and become better at, so I figured why not combine all three and see how it turns out. In addition to a new medium, I also am creating this tiger in a more stylized way rather than the realistic style I'm usually creating. Most of my paintings are realistic in nature with a portrait type feel, and I've been pretty consistent over the years defaulting to this way of creating. But today I wanted to break through this barrier and create something still within my comfort zone of wildlife and nature art, but have a more stylized Cassie Draws type painting with a bold geometric background and a more painterly style tiger. I wanted to add in some layering, texture, and detail with both the watercolor and the colored pencil, with areas of hatching and stippling, while allowing the watercolor to sort of melt and play together. Now for this particular painting, I did not venture away from my beloved subject matter of wildlife, but you can try something completely different to really break free from your art block. If you're used to drawing landscapes, let's say, maybe try dabbling in some portraits or try painting some animals. If you've never tried it before, maybe you want to add in some architecture or vehicles to your artwork. Shoot, even if you're used to painting realism, how about you try and create some abstract artwork, whether it's the entire piece or maybe the background. Create anything your heart desires and don't be afraid of the outcome. After all, and this is something to remember, and I often tell myself, when we venture beyond our comfort zone, usually, unless you're really lucky, we are not experts in this new chosen style. So be patient with yourself as you learn and navigate this new way of creating. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're brand new and learning really all over again. So as a recap for our first tip for breaking through art block, it's be sure to try new things, no matter how uncomfortable and frustrating it may be. Choose a different medium that you've always wanted to learn and play around with, whether it's drawing with graphite or painting in oils. Maybe you're going to choose a different style than your usual and try to recreate it, whether it's abstract, realism, or maybe you're combining a blend of your favorite styles. Just go for it, try it, and see what you create. And keep in mind also your subject matter has a huge impact as well. So maybe you're wanting to try your hand at human portraits or a gorgeous landscape. Regardless of what that is, maybe you throw a dart, you leave it up to fate, or you pick something that really speaks to you and kind of draws on that inspiration. As long as you are creating, you are growing and developing as an artist, and you can only really improve from here. While we've been chit-chatting here about trying new mediums, this is the perfect time to say a big thank you to a very good friend of mine, Aidan Whitworth Art. Now, I have had the pleasure of getting to know Aidan over the years through my Twitch and YouTube community, and they have been a huge supporter of my work. So first and foremost, thank you so much for always supporting me and being such a wonderful member of our community. Now, number two is Aidan so wonderfully and graciously sent me a brand new set of Sennelier watercolors to my P.O. box as a surprise. And let me tell you, I was beyond shocked. These watercolors are incredible, what we're working with today, and I think have single-handedly pushed me through this art block and really inspired me to create again. So for that, Aidan, I am so grateful for your kindness and really helping me get through this. I cannot put into words how grateful I truly am. Now, I do want to send you guys over to Aidan's channel. Aidan has just embarked on becoming a full-time artist and content creator themselves, and I am so excited to cheer them on and see their journey and just watch this beautiful, beautiful art unfold on camera. So make sure you check out their channel. Aidan, thank you so much again, and I really hope you love this piece with your brand new watercolors. All right, so to recap, we've talked about trying new things, trying new mediums, trying new styles, and trying new subject matter. And the second thing I really want you to focus on while you're working through your art block is to rest. Now, when I say rest does not necessarily mean put your pencils or your paintbrushes down and do nothing, although it absolutely could. I'm talking about resting in the sense of do things that you love that are not related to artwork, whether that's going for a walk, playing your favorite video game, watching a movie, going out with friends, resting on the couch with your pet, whatever that looks like to you. I want you to really focus on resting, giving that creative side of your brain a break, and really just unwinding. Resting has always been incredibly difficult for me, as I always felt as though I was being lazy and unproductive. Especially as an artist who creates paintings full-time, taking time off isn't helpful for social media algorithms, content schedules, and let's be real, making money from my artwork. It always is going to feel incredibly stressful taking time off from creating, for the fear of losing out will always play in the back of our mind. It's like on repeat. But for those who love seeing your work and enjoying your creations, they are always going to be there when you are ready to create and share with the world again. Something to consider as well, which is super important, is that resting can also help preserve your body and its ability to create artwork in the first place. Conditions like tendinitis and carpal tunnel are extremely prevalent amongst the artist community and are not just reserved for artists who have had decade-long careers or experiences with making art. They are happening amongst young artists too, and now more frequently than ever, along with back and neck pain and a host of other ailments. Our long sessions spent in front of our easel or our desk, taking photographs of our work, hunched over our laptops editing, all of these activities are wreaking havoc on us, overwhelming our body and our mind. By taking time to rest and recharge those physical and mental creative batteries, you will in time find yourself more motivated, inspired, and I personally find myself making better artwork had I not rested and listened to what my body was telling me. It may be very uncomfortable, scary, or not exactly what you want, but you will be better for it in the long run. Now, the third tip for beating art block is going to be to still allow yourself to be creative, but create art in a different genre. While taking a break from painting, I still found myself wanting to be creative, but I knew that drawing and painting was definitely not in the cards. Now, before I became a full-time artist, I was a graphic designer by trade, and I decided to channel this leftover creative energy into a new passion project. I created the shop Cassie's Paper Palace, creating digital paper designs on Etsy as a way of remaining creative, having something on the side to work on when I wasn't feeling like painting, and some extra sales, of course, if the paper sold in my little shop. That is always helpful. It was a win-win all around and has been a great relief for me when these kinds of art blocks strike. I have something to fall back on. I give a big shout out to my mom, who is a paper crafter, and to the shop owner of WeCreateBoutique.com for giving me this bright idea of a little paper shop and utilizing, finally, my graphic design degree that I paid a lot of money for. So it's being utilized now, which also makes me feel great. You can see here an example of some of my designs that I've created, and I look forward to adding more into my shop in the near future. Now, you might not be a graphic designer, but there are a tons of other avenues of creativity out there that may strike your interest, and they don't necessarily have to be like mine, a side hustle or a passion project in business for making money. They can be purely just for fun and a little bit of a relief. Think about it. Maybe do you enjoy crochet, woodworking? Do you like to, build things or write novels? Maybe you like interior design or fashion. There are a lot of different avenues that you can explore that may not be as serious, and something to fill in the time while that big well of creative energy refills for drawing and painting. I truthfully did not realize the magnitude of help that having another genre of art would be, but it has proved to be priceless for me and my mental health while moving through this most recent block. If you could channel your creative energy into another genre, I'm curious to know, what would it be? I'd love to hear from you. All right, this last tip for beating art block is one that most artists have a hard time with, myself included. I don't ever want to hear it, and that's going to be to allow yourself to make ugly artwork. It took me a very long time to realize that not everything I create is going to be beautiful, and in fact, the best and most helpful artwork to your growth as an artist are usually the ones that are tucked away in sketchbooks, drawn on napkins, or are just plain hideous. With the pressures of social media, constant comparison to other artists, and our own chronic self-doubt, we are constantly trying to make art that is perfect. We churn out artwork faster than ever before to keep up with the demands of social media, and we tend to only share the artwork that we feel is our best and most presentable. This model is incredibly unsustainable and can destroy your desire to create all on its own, and may be the source of your artist block in the first place. I want you to toss this mindset and create for you. Get a sketchbook, a piece of paper, some old canvas, whatever your medium and your surface of choice is, and just create. Make a mess. Create something that is ugly and keep it to yourself. Not everything we make as artists needs to be shared. Sometimes it's nice to make something for you and your own personal growth and not share it with anyone. I find personally that little postcard papers were the best for me to just create ugly art on, because it didn't feel as daunting as a perfectly new, pristine sketchbook, with the expectation that at the end of this sketchbook journey, I would be kind of required to do like a sketchbook tour by the end of it and share all of my incredible pieces in this book. It was too daunting for me and was really quite stressful. Sometimes we just need those little throwaway pieces of paper to create on, something, simple to make ugly things on and get out some of that art garbage, I like to call it. If social media also, this is super important and something I struggle with, if social media is causing you grief, take a break. This last 6 months, I've been pretty radio silent on social media, aside from, here on YouTube, because I was finding myself obsessed with getting everything just right. Posting times, hashtags, you name it, I was worried about it all. And it became too daunting and almost like a chore. So if you can, and it's plausible, toss social media out the window as well and just take this time during your art block to create for yourself. After all, Remember, most times that's why we start making art in the first place, is for our own self-enjoyment. And sometimes we lose sight of that by the pressure of social media and the pressure of ourselves. As always, in each of my videos, I do just want to offer you a little reminder that patience and time is key. Time heals all, in my opinion, and the same can go with art block. Just give yourself a little patience and a little more time to work through this. Our creative batteries are only so big, and a lot of times now with social media, we pretty much deplete those batteries becoming a content creator on top of being an artist already. A lot of times in my career, I spend very minimal amounts of time actually creating artwork, and instead, although I love it, I'm in front of a camera creating YouTube content. I am working on Instagram Reels. I'm working on YouTube Shorts. So remember that social and sort of creative battery tend to draw from the same place, and it's a lot to put out. So just keep that in mind, that you are not alone in feeling this way. And in 2024, it's hard with the age of social media. So just keep that in mind. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment letting me know which tip you found to be the most helpful. And if you want to see more videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join our YouTube family. A big shout out to our Patreon members. Thank you so much for your support as always. And if you yourself would like to check out my Patreon for all of the bonus goodies, you can check out the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. If you're looking for more videos to watch right now, go ahead and check out this link.